Today we're going to take a ride on the IRYO bullet train in Spain from Valencia to Madrid. High-speed rail has undergone a true renaissance as the Spanish government has opened up the system to competitive rail lines. Nothing beats zipping through the Spanish countryside at 300 kilometers an hour, 188 miles an hour, passing cars on the highways as if they're standing still and blasting through olive groves on Europe's most extensive network of high-speed rail. In the beginning, there was Renfe, Spain's national rail system, and in 1992, the first high-speed AVE train started service, connecting Madrid with Cordoba and Sevilla. Over the past 31 years, thousands of kilometers of track have been added. Most major cities in Spain are now reachable via the high-speed AVE trains. But it wasn't all perfect. The AVE trains were pretty expensive, and low-cost flights were in that mix. Enter the Spanish government opening the doors to third parties to run other trains on their tracks. In 2021, IRYO, a subsidiary of the French national rail company called SNCF, became the first running service from Barcelona to Madrid. And this past November, IRYO, a partnership between Trenitalia and ILSA, with some private investors as well, joined the party. Their offering is being expanded rapidly, and it's really awesome to see those Ferrari red trains zipping between cities. The effect on prices has been remarkable. I rode the Madrid to Valencia line in 2018 and again in 2021, and these ticket stubs show that I once paid $57.75 for a one-way ticket in the tourist class, and in 2021 I upgraded to comfort and paid a whopping $78 for the one-way ticket. Now this is only a 2-hour trip, maybe a little less. So you can imagine my shock and joy when I was in Valencia a few weeks ago and saw this sign. I was picking up my son from the train station as he came to see us in Valencia from his home in Madrid. 18 euros one way. No way, I thought. So I decided to look into it a bit further and discovered the new brand servicing that connection between Valencia and Madrid. I booked a ticket in February and went to Madrid for a quick overnighter, and the back half of this video will detail that. But let's get on to those great prices and go through some of the websites and see how you can find these fares and what the different options are between the different companies. All right, so here we are on the IRYO website. Las flechas rojas apuntan al sur. The red arrows are pointing to the south. And we're going to pick out our Valencia Joaquin Sorolla train station as our starting point. Our Madrid Chamartín, interesting to note, they go into Chamartín and not into Atocha, which is generally the main station for bullet trains in Spain. You have to look a little bit. AVE will go into Atocha, sometimes into Chamartín. I think IRYO and IRYO both go into Chamartín. And here, we picked out next week. You can always tell all the trains are just under 2 hours. And there we go. We've got an €8 train at night. Most of them are 16, 20, something like that. But as low as €8 for a 360K, 230 mile trip. It's a really fantastic deal there on IRYO. And now let's go over to IRYO and check out what they have. So let's go to their main website. Another quick note, I'm using NordVPN on this. There's a link down below if you want to join. So I'm actually simulating being in Spain doing this to see if you get better prices in the country than out. I've also set myself as being in the States and as being in Austria, got the same prices. So same origin, same destination, one way next Tuesday. And searching here on IRYO, again the French company subsidiary of SNCF, and we're seeing basically 15, 19 euros per ticket. So yeah, the next day there, the Wednesday gets you down to 15. So the original sign for IRYO is saying like every hour. It's more like 8 a day. This one's showing about 3 trains a day from Valencia to Madrid. And now if we go and we look at Renfe, so basically Renfe has their AVE and their AVLO. AVLO, which was one of the logos in the image a couple minutes back in the video. AVLO is part of AVE. So no frills. In other words, there's no dining car. There are no different classes. There's a single class on that train. So when you're going through Renfe and their website here, again, really important, check your destination. Madrid Todos means it's looking at all of the stations. So it could be Atocha, could be Chamartín. Important to know where you're going to land. And then you'll see a little designation here where it says Ave or Hablo in that column there at the arrival time. So seeing good prices here too now. I'm seeing those really high prices like over 100, 180, for first class and special things, but 19, 15, 45. This is pretty amazing. Remember, I paid 78 last year and 55 5 years ago. So seeing these offerings, and if you're traveling and you can be flexible with your time, it's pretty amazing what's possible here. There's one train on here. See, this says Hablo and it says 7. So that's a screaming deal. So we got 7, we got 8, we've got 14, 3 options, 3 times really great prices. So make sure you check all 3 of these. I'll have all the links below. But now let's get on to the actual ride from Valencia to Madrid and enjoy the ride. So here we are in the Joaquin Sorolla station, just looking at the big board, seeing when the trains are ready to go, and not too crowded that morning. And of course, there are those big ads for IRYO on the back wall there, advertising those €14 flights, train rides. So, decent little station. The main station of Valencia for the local trains is just up the road a couple hundred yards, so easy to walk on foot. It was really cool this morning to see the Renfe bullet train, the IRYO bullet train, and the IRYO bullet train all lined up, ready to go. I think they were going out in about 15-minute intervals that morning, so like 9:30, 9:45, and 10. So really cool. Going in, beautiful carriages, really slick trains. So nice look here at they got 5G connectivity on board, really spacious seats. One more look at the IRYO train right before we left the station. Double-decker formation, which is a little different for the bullet trains. And here we are heading out, leaving Valencia for about an hour and 50-minute ride. They get up to speed pretty quickly, and by the time you cross the Turia River there and you're heading just outside the city, you're already up to about 200 kilometers an hour within just a couple of minutes. And it's really amazing how quick they accelerate for, I guess, what was this, an 8 or 10 car train. So a little overcast in the morning, but here we are already at 298 kilometers an hour, and you have to imagine this is going up a sizable hill. You have to get through the hills to get to Madrid. The bar car, nice, simple, not a huge offering, but clean and friendly. This speed is just incredible to me. When you're passing cars, like they're standing still, like I mentioned earlier, and going through these olive groves and vineyards, and sun comes out, it's really great. We did hit 300, so that 188 miles an hour, so that was pretty cool. Again, through more of the olive groves here. Really cash crop for Spain. And now just an hour later, coming through the Caja Mágica. This is the big tennis center in Madrid where they have the Davis Cup finals sometimes. Seeing the Cercanías, the local commuter trains that are around all the major cities of Spain. And they get up to about 80 kilometers an hour. So even in the city, the IRYO bullet train's still moving pretty good. This next piece was really interesting. We went over this big interchange as we're coming in, I guess, to pass Atocha station. And so we're in an IRYO, and there's an Hablo right across there. And as that one's crossing the bridge, there's another one, an Ave, coming from behind. And then there's a third bullet train that's going to come into view now on that bridge. So the density, the frequency of trains in the stations and leaving places, heading all around Spain is pretty incredible. Here comes that third one, that Renfe Ave, just that duck nose, and then another cercanías down on the lower level. So you get a real sense of how important train travel is in Spain. And here we are pulling into Chamartín. So a nice hour and 50 minutes, fast, quiet, comfy, and only 14 euros. So hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time.